Yo, what up? It's your boy 843 Deals. Hey, I'm so upset at this Breonna Taylor case, man. They didn't even follow their own laws on this one. Check this. You remember they said that the boyfriend shot the cop in the leg, right? All right. Don't you know the boyfriend called 911 and reported a home invasion was about to happen before the police got shot? So that's why they had to let him off, because in self-defense, you can shoot at somebody if you in your house and they don't announce themselves. So how about the police got off because they tried to say that he had the right to self-defense, but the Kentucky law says that self-defense only applies to the person that was shooting at you. So if they shoot somebody else and they wasn't part of the threat, then they supposed to be charged. So I'm so upset at this, man. I don't know what's the deal. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do to get rights around here. I mean, it's not even the grand jury decision to say that they was innocent. Like, all the grand jury supposed to do is say, okay, there's enough evidence for you to go to trial. And they didn't even do that. All they had to do was send the police to trial. It's the jury decision to make up, to decide if they created a crime or not. So they're not even following their own rules. Boy, I was about to cry this morning, man, over that, man. It's like, what are we gonna do? Like, it's like we try to riot, we try to protest, and they still do the same shit over and over. I mean, the Kentucky law says you have the right to self-defense. So if you're shooting at somebody that was a threat to you and you hit somebody else, then you're supposed to be charged. They teach you that in weapons training. Like when you go get your concealed weapons license, they say know your sight and know your target and what's behind the target. So why can't the police be charged for Breonna Taylor's death? That's crazy, man. They're not even following their own law. Now, they did charge the police for almost shooting a white woman. Her neighbor was a white lady, and the bullet almost hit the white lady. So they charged the cop for almost shooting the white lady, but didn't charge the cop for shooting Breonna Taylor. And they lied about the whole case. They interviewed 13 witnesses, and all of them say the police didn't announce themselves. So they kept bugging one witness. They interviewed one witness like 3 or 4 times. And on the 4th time, he was like, oh yeah, they might have announced themselves. So they went by that one witness over the other 12 witnesses that say they didn't say nothing. That's bullshit. So I don't know what we're gonna do about this, but I think they ought to start burning down the courthouses. You know what I'm saying? Our community, we should burn down the courthouses. Anytime some shit go down like that, I think they should burn the courthouses down, man. And you know, I went and researched this one, and I know what they did was wrong. I know it was wrong. All of it's wrong. They don't want to hold the police accountable for nothing, man. Nothing. So how you gonna charge this white lady? How you gonna charge the police for almost killing a white person, but you shoot a black person and you don't get charged? That's fucked up. And I don't know how we're gonna get past this, because this gonna set a standard where they always gonna get off, and they should at least be indicted so that they can go to trial and be tried by a jury. And they can't even get that far. At least let them go to trial. I would have been happy if they would have went to trial, and then if they would have got off, then that's a different story. But they didn't even go to trial. They tried to lock that man up for protecting his family. That's even more messed up. And on top of that, they went there looking for drugs. They ain't found no drugs. They didn't find any drugs at all. They came to that man's house at 1 o'clock in the morning. Anybody would have shot at them motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? If they go to my house at 1 o'clock and don't say nothing, I'm shooting too. But I don't care if it's the police or what. If they don't announce themselves, they gonna get shot. That's how it is. And that's how it should have been. And if any one of them police, if somebody go to their house at 1 o'clock in the morning, they would have shot somebody too, if they wouldn't announce themselves and banging on the door all hard. That's crazy. Banging on the door alone at 1 o'clock in the morning is enough to get your ass shot. So this ain't right. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta burn down the courthouses, not Walmart, because Walmart and them don't care. We need to burn down the courthouses. That's what we need to do. Anytime when shit like that happen, we need to find a way to burn the courthouse down. Because that ain't right. And who the hell is the grand jury? We need to figure out who them motherfuckers is. Because if they passing stupid shit like that, then we need to know who they are. I know it's in the Constitution where we don't necessarily have to know who they are, but I think they should pass a law where we know who the grand jury is. That's crazy. But the news ain't gonna tell everybody this. They broke the law. The grand jury is not the real jury. The grand jury just tell people if you're gonna go to trial because you have enough evidence or not. And there was enough evidence because they were shooting inside somebody's house at night. So that's evidence right there. You can't say, the grand jury can't say, oh, well, they acted in self-defense. That's what the jury's supposed to say, not the grand jury. The grand jury don't got nothing to do with none of that. So they're not even following their own laws now, y'all. But they did charge the cop for almost shooting a white woman next door. They charged him for that. For almost killing a white person, you get charged. For killing a black person, you don't get charged. Well, I just wanted y'all to know what really, really happened, because there's a lot of people that's saying that Breonna Taylor was a criminal, her boyfriend was a criminal. But even if they was, when they went to their house, they didn't find no drugs. They didn't find no money. They ain't found nothing. So how you gonna be a criminal and you ain't finding stuff at the house? So that was an already messed up case already. They should have been sued just for that. Coming to somebody's house and shooting in their house, and even though the boyfriend shot at the cops first, of course he's protecting his family. That neighborhood they in was notorious for home invasions. So you come into somebody's house knock 1 o'clock in the morning, of course your ass gonna get shot. And don't you know they let the boyfriend off because he acted in self-defense. His bullet hit the threat. So that's why they had to let him out of jail. If he would have shot him multiple times and hit somebody else across the street, then he would have been charged. The same way the police should have been charged. But his bullet hit the target. The boyfriend's bullet hit the target. The cop bullet hit everything, but missed the target. So that's why he should be charged for murder. And that's just it. I mean, at least charged for endangering somebody's life, only because it's the white person. Even I'm not racist, y'all, but the system is, okay? The system is racist. The police not necessarily racist, but the racist system protects them when they kill a black person for some reason. And they starting to do it for white people too. If you really watch on the news, they killing white people too now. They killed the 13-year-old autistic boy. The mama called the police, and the police supposed to come and help the autistic boy get restrained. Instead, they come to the house and shot the autistic boy 7 times in the back. But that wasn't on the news. So they really killing everybody, and they need to be held accountable anytime an innocent life is lost. I mean, if you go around shooting police, you're gonna go to jail. So if the police go around shooting people, they should go to jail too. I mean, even though the police is the police, the same law that apply to us applies to them. And they make like they're above the law, and they're not. Either they need more training, or they need to be fired, or they need to go to jail. One of them three. And none of it's happening. And I don't care if they all gonna quit or whatever. What we really need is more black cops. I mean, I know cops, people don't want to be police, but if we have more black police, maybe that'll help. That'll start. That's a start. But you know, black folks don't want to be police. They're like, ain't no snitch. But we need more black policemen. We need more black judges. We need more black policemen. I don't know how we're gonna get that, but that's what we're missing. I was pissed off, boy, this morning. I heard all this stuff, boy. And that case, that should have been an open and shut case. That cop should have went to jail immediately, all of them. And don't you know they trying to say that they can't prove that the bullet came from the police that shot Breonna Taylor? And you know that's bullshit. The police know what kind of guns they got. They know what kind of bullets they use. They know. They was there, so they obviously had the shooter. The boyfriend ain't gonna shoot her. So they did us wrong on this, y'all. So go look at the facts. They had 13 witnesses that said the police did not announce themselves. Then they kept messing with one witness. They interviewed him 3 times. And on the 3rd time or the 4th time, he was like, they might have announced themselves. I don't know. And then they went with that as evidence saying that the police announced themselves. And I'm pretty sure they didn't, because the police don't respect black people's rights for nothing. And you know what caused that? The news media. The news media job is to paint black people as criminals. So whenever something happened to one of us, nobody cares but us. Everybody else is like, oh, they was criminals. Yeah, Malcolm X talked about this a long time ago. He said the media, the newspapers, the magazines paint us as criminals and thugs. So that's the main reason. But this Breonna Kelly case, that should have been an open and shut case. The police should have got indicted. All of them should have at least went to trial, basically. So that's my 2 cents. All right, y'all. So if anybody tell y'all Breonna Taylor was a criminal, y'all tell them to suck your, you know what? Because even if she was, they didn't find no evidence. So if you didn't find no evidence, then she wasn't a criminal. There you go. The boyfriend might have been doing something. They didn't find no evidence, so he wasn't a criminal. So whenever they tell y'all that, y'all tell them the truth about this stuff. All right, holla at your boy. Come by and get some phones. Peace.